Hope everyone's having a lovely weekend and a lovely Easter. Bit subliminal. So just a quickie, just to let everybody know what I'm getting up to and what I'm going to be doing and where I'm sort of going. Today's my birthday. I'm 57 years old, and of course it's got me to thinking one thing and another. Of course it does with everything that's going on. But I've come to realise that I can't do everything, and I've got to accept that. I've got to accept that no matter how much of a mountain's worth of work there is in front of me, there's an awful lot of work that's just got to be ploughed through no matter what. And there's going to be an awful lot of stuff that I just haven't got time to do and ain't going to get done. That said, what my intentions are is to split my time up, so that I don't drive myself mad, so that I don't work myself into the ground, and that is something that I would have done years ago. I just worked and worked and worked and worked and worked night and day. I can't do that anymore, I'm too ill. And I need to continue being transparent and letting everybody know what I'm doing at the end of the day, so that's what I'm doing. A bit windy today. So what I'm going to do is, there's only 5 days in a week, and I'm going to need to, I'm not counting weekends, obviously. There's 5 days in a week. Most of the country at the moment can take it easy at home, and unfortunately I can't, because I'm still going to need to work, even though I'm not earning anything. So I'm going to spend 1 day a week on TGBCH and working through on settling the customers one by one, as I've started to do. That is my plan, and I will continue to do that up until the time where I'm told by the official receiver that I can no longer do that. So I will continue to do that, and I will do that via the live that I do on YouTube, Facebook. That's the only way I'm going to do that. Otherwise, I'm going to get into more lists and more lists and more lists and more lists, and I don't want more lists and more lists and more lists. Sorry, I just don't. Not at the moment. Can't handle it all on my own. So, I'm going to spend 1 day a week on TGBCH, and then I'm going to spend a day a week on the bankruptcy. People keep asking me, can it still be saved and blah blah blah. So I suppose what I have to say is, right up until that moment, and I will do that on live on camera as well when it comes to it, but right up until that moment where I push the button and I've got the bankruptcy application all finished and paid for, and I hit that button, submit, up until that moment, I suppose anything is possible. Anything is salvageable up until that moment. Once that moment comes, no, absolutely not. So if I've got any amount of time, it is I've got the time between now and when I hit that button. Excuse me. And I don't know when that's going to be, because of the amount of work involved in listing absolutely everything and filling in all the T's and dotting all the I's and filling in the application form correctly and legally and everything else. So I have no idea how long that's going to take, but I'm going to devote a day a week to that. So that's 2 days a week, and then another day a week I'm going to give to Fran. And the reason for that is because, again, I always feel I have to explain myself. Fran has put some of her dreams and stuff on hold for years now because of me, and I need to give a little bit of something back. There is a project that she's been wanting to work on for a long time, and I said that I would give her some time once a week, a day a week, to help her with that, and I'll help her with what I've learned about social media and various bits and pieces. So that's just going to be a little bit of me helping Fran out 1 day a week, but that's still a day a week. So now we're into 3 days a week. And I'm also going to spend a day a week on trying to sort some kind of future or income out. As well as working on the here and now and working on what I owe and what I've got to deal with and all the problems that I've got to deal with and everything else, I've still got to work on tomorrow and next year and next week. I've got to be able to try and cover my own rent. Otherwise, I'm going to get in trouble, and you know, I don't want to get in trouble. I like it here. I love it here. So a certain amount of my time has to be devoted to trying some way to find some kind of an income to keep going. I'm not taking down the Patreon. I'm going to keep the Patreon because that is my only way of getting recordable income for anybody that wants to put in for the Suda Mint Fund. And like I say, up until that moment I click the button, you know, the game ain't over till the fat lady sings, and she ain't singing until I press the button. Plus, of course, whether or not that will be kept separate, which I'm hoping it will be, in which case, maybe it's not, but we'll see. See what the official receiver says. So who knows? That could still carry on. It's a bit of a no. No 288 teespring.com/no 288 if you want one of these. Why do I do that? I do that every single time because you never know. One day I might do a video for 2 minutes and it might, well, 2 minutes, I might do a video and it might go viral. Pigs might fly, of course, but you never know. And if a video did go viral, then that would be in it. People would want to know what that means. Anyway, where was I? I digress. So we're up to 4 days a week. And I'm going to take a day a week to just do what the hell I want, which is I've now started on putting some vegetables together. Climate being what it is, I can see in advance we're going to have murderous nightmares with things like fresh fruit and vegetables when this really takes hold. I've got a lot to say on that kind of thing. You know, I'm annoyed and I'm angry at the fact that I've got to catch the virus now, and so have all of you. And if you don't know, and you should have worked that out by now, but if you haven't worked that out, I'll do a video on that. Anyway, I digress again. So I'm going to have a day a week to just take some time for me doing stuff in the garden. We've started on growing a few vegetables. You know, if you've got a couple of soft tomatoes, right, that are going off, don't throw them away, slice them up. Squeeze the pips out, stick them in a pot, put a bit of earth on top. Within less than a week, you'll have a tomato plant growing through. Any tomato that works with. Grow it indoors, outdoors. Anyway, that's how I'm splitting up my 5 days from here on in. Now, whatever I do, I am going to upset some people. I'm going to piss some people off. Oh, absolutely. No matter what step I take, no matter who I try and organise, speak to, whatever first. So I'm prepared for all of that, but I'm going to have to do this, and I'm going to have to take whatever onslaught I get, pardon me, and even, you know, I'm getting the mails still and all of the rest of it, even though I'm not answering them, but you know, people sending me articles, for example, on no other words, just an article on how people that are obese are more susceptible to dying from catching the coronavirus. Thought that was nice. Just little digs like that, you know what I mean? Anyway, I digress again. So that's how I'm splitting up my week. I'm sorry for the people that offends, but I will be working on it. Unlike a lot of the other people, I'm not shirking my responsibilities. A lot of other people out there shirking their responsibilities right now. I ain't shirking any of mine. I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying right here, and you will see me work through it one way or the other and see what happens. You'll see it happen to me all the way through, or whether I work through it and get out of it by some miracle. Anyway, that's my plan for the foreseeable future, and that's how I'm splitting up my 5 days. So just to let you know that, and just to let you know why I'll be quiet on the lives, because I won't always be working on TGBCH. You know, I'm going to have a day working with Fran and a day working for me in the garden and so on. A day on TGBCH, a day on a bankruptcy. Okay, and a day on some kind of income. Alrighty then. So thanks very much. Last bit of subliminals. www.teespring.com/no 288 if you want one of them one day in the future, perhaps, maybe. If you do want to support me, although you'd be nuts at the moment probably, but you know, talk about talk about back a blind horse. I mean, you know, to back me right now means that you would be backing an horse that's not only blind but got 2-3 legs. Know what I mean? So anyway, I'm still leaving it open. Thanks very much, and I will catch up with you again in the week. I'll be doing a live at some point. I will do at least one live a week in order to keep that up. And I just want to take this one opportunity just for this moment to say thank you very much to everybody that has put all their time and effort into helping us. I really, really appreciate it. I mean, words just ain't enough, really. So thank you to everybody. And that's it. Thanks a lot. Bye for now.